No spoilers. No spoilers. This Batman is different. Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about The Batman. It's a movie directed by Matt Reeves. He also directed Dawn and War of the Planet of the Apes and Cloverfield. Like I said in the opening, this Batman is different. It kind of reminds me of the Long Halloween animated movie in terms of storytelling. You are with Batman in year 2. They mentioned that early on. This is a detective story. The whole movie kind of takes place in like a week. The basic premise, I'm not going to give away anything, but someone is killed and the Riddler leaves clues for the Batman to figure things out. That's the premise. I'm going to talk about the performances because people had a lot of questions. And Robert Pattinson as Batman works. He is a great Batman. He is a detective. Again, it's year 2. So him as Bruce is not the same as Christian Bale's Batman, Bruce Wayne. This Bruce Wayne is more uncertain. He's not the playboy type this time around. He's more focused on being Batman and trying to fix the city, so he wants to be Batman more, essentially. So he doesn't get to be, like you've seen in the Dark Knight trilogy, Bruce Wayne shows up, he got girls over him, fawning over him, and he has that suave. Pattinson doesn't do the suave Bruce Wayne in this particular movie. We know he could do it, but he doesn't do it in this movie. As Batman, he's menacing. The first time you see Batman, it's really cool. He has aggressive moments like Ben Affleck's Batman at times. He strikes fear into people, but it seems to be like a word of mouth, or like people know Batman means business. So when the bat signal goes up, it's not just a call to Batman to show up. It kind of scares people when they see it because they know, oh, he might be outside. He does narrate a few portions of the movie, which is really cool. So you're hearing the story from Batman's perspective about Gotham, about who he is and what he's trying to do. You have Colin Farrell as Penguin. He's not like full Penguin yet, but he's barely recognizable. And he has some decent moments, some cool moments, against the Batman, but he's not full evil Penguin just yet. Jeffrey Wright as Gordon, he's not the commissioner yet. So it kind of feels at times like a buddy cop movie with Batman, because he is there to assist him, with some of these riddles, and he gets to work with him at a closer proximity. He defends Batman a lot of the times because people don't want Batman around. He's been around for 2 years, but the cops don't really, mess with him like that. So Gordon is always out there to be like, yo, he's with me. He's cool, So it's cool seeing their dynamic and their relationship grow. Batman a few times says, you're a good cop. You're not crooked, and I think that means a lot, for Gordon going forward. You have Andy Serkis as Alfred. This Alfred is not old and fragile. He does help out, with the riddles at one point in time. So he's doing a little bit more. He's not controlling like everything in the Batcave like previous Alfreds or anything, but he's there. They do have the the Alfred Bruce Wayne conversation that usually happens in these Batman movies, and it's real good. It's an emotional moment, for both characters. Paul Dano plays the Riddler, and he is frightening. Not like physically imposing or anything like that. He doesn't confront Batman in that way. It's all mind games, but the way he does attack certain people, it's the breathing that really just freaks you out. The way the camera works in certain scenes and just hearing him breathe and say things, it's really scary. He's a very smart villain. He's always seems to be 2 steps ahead of everyone, including Batman. And he's scary. He's not the Joker. People are probably going to try to compare him to the Joker. He's not the Joker. The Joker was out in front, always in front of the audience doing what he needs to do. This guy is in the shadows a lot, and he's very smart. He knows a lot about Gotham and what's going on, and he uses that to his advantage, to really do some damage on the city, which was different. I'm gonna use that word a lot. It was very different, so it was cool to see. The star outside of Batman is probably Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, and she is so cool. She reminds me of the animated show Catwoman. You know, she's sexy, she's fearless. There's a spark with her and Batman immediately when they see each other. But she does care about someone else. You know, it's not all about her. And it's not just like she cares about the cat. She cares about someone else, and you see that throughout the movie, and you see that in her interactions with Batman as sometimes she asks for help, sometimes she's helping Batman. But one thing's for sure, she's gonna swing first and then ask questions later, and it's cool to see. She's very agile and she can handle herself, which she says a few times in the movie. People are going to say this is the best Batman movie ever, this is the best Batman ever. That's for you to decide. I enjoyed the movie. It is 3 hours. You feel the 3 hours because it is a detective story. It's a mystery. It's a thriller. It's a superhero movie, but it takes its time in terms of Batman trying to figure out what's going on. This is him being a detective. We hear it a lot that he's the world's greatest detective, but we haven't really seen it on screen. And then this one, he's being a detective. He's figuring out the riddles. He's taking his time. He's asking the right questions. He's bouncing ideas off people like Catwoman and Gordon, and it's cool to see. It's a different pace for a Batman. But when it's time to fight, Pattinson does a great job. He gets shot a lot, so I'm guessing in like the year one aspect of Batman, he did stuff to his suits. We don't spend that much time with his gadgets. It's not like, oh, I need this upgrade, or oh, I need to do this. He's just there, and it's scary. And he doesn't do the, it's dark and then he appears type thing. He walks and you hear his boots coming, and it's like, he's there and he's probably gonna beat you down. It's a great movie. Again, it is 3 hours and you do feel it because there are some just story moments, not like all out action. There's a chase sequence that's really incredible. Like, it's really well done. But it's not all about fighting in this particular movie. It's a lot of slow moments of figuring things out, and I enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to go see it again, and I suggest you go see it before people try to ruin it for you. I didn't spoil anything. Go check it out for yourself. The Batman. I loved it. But those are just my thoughts. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Deuces.